chemtrail guest with Chemtrail Watch on the show tomorrow. Chemtrails are real. Until 1996, all condensation ice crystal trails only formed at 20,000 feet and higher, generally in the winter months, and they faded out in a few seconds to the maximum of 1 minute. Your whole life, remember watching a trail go by and watching it disappear? Then suddenly in 96, before anybody was even talking about chemtrails, I would notice, man, why do those stay there? I'd be, gardening, because my parents had a couple acres in the middle of town. I would go garden, because I like planting stuff. Call me a weirdo. But I'd be out there growing watermelons and stuff and stomping around and the flowers and the bees. And I'd go, man, that trail's been up there for like an hour and it's getting bigger, turning into a cloud. What's going on? It's like cloud seeding. And then by 97, chemtrails. And they add it to the jet fuel, so it's compartmentalized. The pilots don't even know. And they have some others where they do know, and they're spraying off, larger amounts. And then suddenly government textbooks started admitting 3 years ago that they really were spraying the atmosphere to save us from the sun's rays and to fix the ozone layer. And Paul Watson, I tried to Google it during the break, he wrote a big article 6 months ago or so where the government admitted the chemtrails, and we had links to the government admitting, yes, we've got thousands of flights a year, we're spraying the atmosphere, testing, terraforming to save the Earth from global warming. And then NASA admitted a few years ago that the Earth is 20% darker now than it was before in the 1995. And then you show the satellite photos of the chemtrail sprays everywhere, how all the lines, like spider webs, cover up cities. I mean, they are manipulating the planet. Well, here's Associated Press. AP exists. It looks like when AP announces they're setting up global government and global currency. I get attacked and they say, no, it doesn't exist. I mean, literally. Now, this is AP, and we're live at prisonplanet.tv now, right? We are live. Okay, we went live at 8 after. I'm in front of the camera so much I don't even know anymore. AP, news break. Obama looks at climate engineering. Now, I want Paul Watson on this now. I want chemtrail every day. In fact, when I'm done with this next Obama film, I'm doing a chemtrail film. That's it. I've made my mind up. I was going to make the 2012 film explaining how that's all a big globalist hoax. But that can wait. And I need everybody to start sending me your chemtrail footage, and we'll give you full credit and everything from all over the country. Just send your chemtrail footage. I'm making a chemtrail film. That's it. Because it's in. I should have made it a year ago when they were admitting it in textbooks and things, because it really hurts the globalists to make a film and have them deny it and then have it be all admitted. But even when I document what's admitted now, they're going to say it doesn't exist. The president's new science advisor said Wednesday that global warming is so dire, the Obama administration is discussing radical technologies to cool the Earth's air. And see, this is in the university reports Paul's reported on. Oh, we're spraying the atmosphere, testing, shielding the Earth, and kids' textbooks that have chapters saying New World Order say, oh, and we're spraying you. That's sunscreen spray. So Paul Watson is now up on air. We're multitasking on air. Paul Watson, my chief researcher and writer, I have you here with a new mission should you choose to accept it. Are you there, my friend?
Yes, Alex.
I need you to do an article saying, yes, they are terraforming the planet. Chemtrails are real. Now, only one component is the terraforming. They're also spraying poisons on you that sterilize you and brain damage you. And I know you don't want to admit that public. It's because you've been brain damaged, but myself included, but I'm fighting through it. You can still focus and get some neurons firing there. We're trying. John Holdren, told the AP, the first interview since becoming confirmed last month, that the idea of geoengineering the climate is being discussed. One such extreme option includes shooting pollution particles in the upper atmosphere to reflect the sun's rays. Holdren said such an experiment measure would only be used as last resort. It's already going on globally. The operation was launched worldwide in 1996. Worldwide terraforming with deadly barium salts and aluminum dioxide. As now people 22 years old are getting Alzheimer's everywhere. Just breathing it, just mass death, brain plaques, hitting us hard. I mean, the globalists have special detoxes they do that can remove some of it, but they're even insane. It's hurting them. I mean, this is mega attack total and AP. And I've got FBI calling the office and circling the office and provocateurs out the wazoo and people attacking everywhere. And I mean, and I'm the weirdo. No, listen, I'm breaking people out of their trance. See, I'm broken out of the trance. I'm angry. I'm freaked out. I'm going, my God, they're terraforming. My God, sodium fluoride in the water. My God, they funded Hitler. I understand what's going on. I read their eugenics documents. The hair on the back of my neck standing up right now. I want to warn you, they should all arrest them. Arrest the bankers. They're robbing. God, I can't believe it. And then they admit, this is just like after they've been spying on us without warrants for decades, they come out and say, we might do a little spying without warrants. We want to pass a law now. Or, we want a global currency. We want to pass a law when they've already been having it for years at the monetary level. I'm going to shut up. Paul, I just can't believe they're admitting it all, man. They're admitting it. And when they start admitting stuff, it means they're going full steam ahead. Watson, what do you think of this?
Well, yeah, I wrote 2 articles on this last year. One was government scientists proposed geoengineering Earth's upper atmosphere. And this was about documents that were obtained by Cybercast News Service from the U.S. Department of Energy's Savannah River National Laboratory in Aiken, South Carolina.
But that's not the key. That's not the key. We found, thanks to listeners, thousands of university reports how they're already spraying under Department of Energy.
Well, this one was about conducting tests, about firing what would happen if a huge amount of particulate matter is shot into the stratosphere. That's the quote.
And then they say they're testing. That's right. All of this spraying, like HIV is a weaker virus to the real one they're going to release. It's a beta test. But they admit thousands of ongoing tests with mixing it with the jet fuel, spraying the particulates into the atmosphere. I mean, that's what they're doing. That's why you see it's real. It's in the Associated Press. I keep telling you. Oh, God.
And there's also an article out of The Guardian called Geoengineering, the Radical Ideas to Combat Global Warming, where Ken Caldeira, who was at the Carnegie Institution in Stanford, California, promoted injecting the atmosphere with aerosols, as well as sulfur, which in this article we list the health effects, the adverse health effects of exposure to sulfur, neurological effects and behavioral changes, disturbance of blood circulation, heart damage, effects on eyes and eyesight.
Look, what they're doing is saying, we're going to medicate you. And that's why they always say, they're spraying the town for a deadly moth this week. And I pulled up at 3 a.m. one morning and saw a Cessna fly over with spray tanks spraying. And I was like, it was like 200 feet off the ground right over my house spraying. And I stood outside smoking a cigarette before I quit smoking and smelled the pesticide coming down. I mean, do you see how they do it? They just set the precedent. Oh, yeah, we're going to be geoengineering, terraforming the planet now. It's no big deal. Go back to sleep. Watson, but what was the term? The high-altitude aerial spraying? What's the scientific term for it? If people Google it, they'll find thousands of reports.
Something like that, yeah. The articles I wrote were about these universities.
No. You wrote another one about that. You've written more articles than you remember.
The second one I wrote was entitled Secret Geoengineering Projects Threat and Unknown Environmental Dangers, which is the comprehensive article, which has got everything in it.
Hey, listen, it's like there's some collective amnesia on this. I've been begging for big reports on this. You did a separate report on this. We need hard-hitting reports to get people's attention, because you always have scientific names to them and people don't read them. Let's bring John Harmon on. He remembers. John Harmon, come on here. Are you on air right now? Okay, tell folks the name of it. You got it right. Yeah, it's indirect, direct aerosol spraying campaign. That's right. Remember that now, Paul?
Yeah.
I need a master story that has it all so folks get it. Because, again, they are manipulating the atmosphere. These people are playing God. They are out of their minds. Remember, they thought that when they detonated hydrogen bombs in the upper atmosphere, it would catch the Earth on fire. This is on Discovery Channel on the show Trinity, voiced by William Shatner, what first aired on HBO. And they brag, if you watch that movie, get it on Netflix, folks, called Trinity. that they detonated in one night 50-something high-powered hydrogen bombs trying to set the atmosphere on fire. Gee, this might set the atmosphere on fire. Let's try to set the atmosphere on fire. God, these people are psycho demons. Watson, I got another guest coming up, but I want a big report later into the fourth hour on this. How fast can you get the AP up with them admitting they're going to terraform the planet with aerial spraying?
Yeah, it's already posted.
It's at prisonplanet.com right now.
Yeah.